A rescue party. Franz von Sturm, Chief Scientific Officer of the 1st Borgovian Void Expedition, reporting for duty. Our airship crashed here a decade ago. So, you're right on time.
Bad news then. Fulmigati is dead. We are not your rescue party, and you must explain what is happening here.
Efficient and practical. I like that. There is a dark presence in the Void, which is trying to use the reality-shaping abilities of the ink for its own nefarious purposes.
I know. Borgovia is changing back to the way it used to be.
Excellent. I mean, it's horrible, but it fits my theory, which I base purely on scientific observation since the Faceless One began using our clockwork key. I suspected that he's rewriting the world.
What are you talking about?
We built 4 ethereal transmitters in these provinces to send signals home. They didn't work. The locals called them ink grubs, which is annoying. Anyway, the Faceless Ones use them to amplify the power of the ink. Think of magnifying lenses and sunlight.
If I destroy the ink grubs, will it revert the changes?
Of course not. But you will prevent Borgovia from changing further back to its old form, or falling apart entirely. We have one ink grub here, so you can start with that. I'll be in touch.
Too late. Von Sturm.
He is delirious.
His soul's going to depart any second now.
Swear, Von Sturm. Swear that you will look for the others.
I'm not Von Sturm, but I swear to save.
Someone removed his guts through the nose and mouth.
He left behind a stack of blood-stained notes. Anything interesting?
Maybe this one. Study in progress. experimenting with the crystallized dream material of the ink that the natives call rust. The prototypes we built.
Angus, the young, always took the higher road to hell.
This one has been dead for a while.
Nothing useful here. Just his crumpled notebook. Look
It
at
says, bittersweet anniversary. 5 years after the crash landing of the ink ship. We spent our time wisely. Exploration, scientific grudges among the expedition members, building the transmitters to reach...
I managed to activate my aerial transmitter prototype. Can't reach Forgovia, but I can delete.
One fatal blow to the head. A quick...
He was grasping a handful of sheets. Can you make these
It
lines?
says the construction of the clockwork keep has been finished. The first wonder of the other world. A fortress of science. Soon it will sustain itself like a perpetual motion machine by creating ink storms. No survivors. Everybody is dead.
Someone wanted to eliminate everyone from that clockwork keep. We have to pass on the information we gathered to Von Storm later. I can't do that.
Go through the gate. The next ink grub is in the Valley of Frost.
Judging by the freezing cold, this must be the Valley of Frost.
Astonishing observation. I'm Misha, the last sentry alive at the Ink Gate. Actually, we were waiting for the scientists to return, but at least you're not monsters.
Have you seen a giant sphere we call the Ink Grub?
That accursed thing which has brought permanent winter upon us, destroyed our lands and turned the amphibians into evil creatures. It rings a bell, yes.
Just point me in the right direction, and I'll make it go away.
This island is already dead. You can find the Ink Grub on the far side of the riverbed. Are the scientists coming? They needed us in the mines.
Don't get your hopes up.
Good luck then, sir.
Traveler, our family's...
I wonder why this feels like déjà vu.
What are you mumbling there, son? We ran out of food 2 days ago, and the volunteers we sent to the storehouse never returned.
For a starving man in need, you are really insolent. Why should I help you?
Maybe because I have a vital piece of information about what you seek. Bring us some food supplies. You help me,
I will get your supplies. But if you try to trick me...
Isn't that a sausage in your hand?
No, this is just the emergency rations. It only makes me hungrier.
We found another abandoned laboratory and ran into trouble. The captains wish to discuss the situation with you.
Oh, another human to ruin us. I have everything you might need. Fish skin coats, beard grease, shovels, wooden sandals, explosives.
No thank you. Is this the right way to the giant sphere?
Who cares? Buy something. Stolen mining equipment? Real cheap.
I need information, not your useless junk. Where's the ink?
You strut in your fancy gear and expect me to play along after the scientists made us miserable?
Look!
I spit on you. You get nothing, not even my jellied eel pudding.
Don't kill him, Van Helsing. Just leave.
These could be the ruins of the storehouse. By the looks of it, a huge fire raged here recently.
The gnomes must have seen this from the village.
So, the tricky little guy fooled me. There is no vital information, I guess. Grab what we can, and return immediately.
Fate has a twisted sense of humor. The gnomes who wanted to be fed are now getting eaten by monsters.
They sent us away to fetch food, only to become food themselves.
How philosophical. Care to join them as dessert?
This dessert will be your last.
Time to teach him a lesson. Reminds me of my army days.
What we have here is a total misunderstanding of mad science.
I'm starting to...
Do you need me now, sir?
The rubble blocked the bridge. We need something to get us to the other side.
Like explosives?
That is actually a good idea. The sentry was talking about a mining operation, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, His Highness is back.
Let me handle this. We need explosives to get over the bridge, you nice little gnome.
An untouched set of explosives stolen by yours truly for a kiss. Take it or leave it.
Step closer, my brave little friend.
Eek! You can have the package for free.
I must admit, that was a neat trick. Let's blow this rubble sky high. are you?
What?
Oh, one of the talented who can shape the ink by sheer force of will until they go mad and kill themselves.
Indeed. I dream things into existence. Like this island, or some of the creatures you were fighting.
You didn't waste your time then. What do you want from me?
The more things I dreamt to life, the more deformities I had to bear. Then my creation started to turn evil. Now, I can barely control the dreams, and it fills me with horror.
Are you looking for an executioner?
I just want to help before I lose my sanity. I need rust fragments to fuel my dreams. Collect some, and I will use it to forge a powerful artifact against your nemesis.
I know I shouldn't trust you, but it's worth a try.
Your Chimera has returned from a successful hunt. Return to the lair to receive the spoils of the hunt.
This strange equipment?
I don't know, but it looks like something from a very grim future. I need healing. Cabin in the woods for rent. Perfect holiday retreat for university students and blonde girls. Cellar is currently under renovation.
tried to cling to the last scraps of my sanity. Are you ready?
You mean ready to destroy you if you even think about making a wrong move? Yes.
There is something that you must know. The artifact I'll craft for you will lose all its powers if you leave the ink, even once.
I will keep that in mind.
Please tell Von Stern that I'm sorry for causing so much death and suffering.
Creating the item devoured all his strength and killed him. I didn't expect that.
I'm sure he was aware of the consequences. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the artifacts will not work against us.
Just when I thought that these ink grubs couldn't be more annoying, here is another one, protected by a force field.
It's rather inconvenient. It means that first we must take out the shield masters.
Can you be a bit more obscure, please?
It is something I picked up from the Resistance scientists. This magical barrier is feeding on the life force of its creators, the Shield Masters. We kill them. The Shield...
Well, let's make a killing then. Be careful, little gnome. You might want to jump at us like your little friends around here, but I must warn you that it wasn't the brightest idea.
I don't want to fight you. I'm hiding away from the others. They're all mad. I'm just a sentry keeping an eye on the Empyrean perimeter.
And what would that be?
See those floating islands in the distance? A chain of strongholds built by a lost civilization. It must have been defending the world from...
And what's inside?
Our mad but very nice scientist friends found barren halls filled with occult machines and magic traps. They rebuilt everything they could, obviously.
The darkness has returned to the Ink. We might need those forts sooner than you'd think.
feel an eerie presence around this painting, like someone is staring at me.
Not even a speck of dirt on the frame. Yet the palace was destroyed centuries ago.
Well, you are staring at an Atlantean soul shelter, which is nearly indestructible.
Oops! I almost jumped.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Wraith. Is that crude flesh vessel your servant?
This crude flesh vessel will blast you into pieces if you don't introduce yourself.
Before I placed my soul in the shelter, I was the court mage of the 47th Atlantean Emperor. It was the only way to survive the cataclysm.
So this place is indeed the fabled Atlantis. Anything else I should know?
My shelter must be recharged, so I can survive a few more centuries.
Why don't you just find a new host?
My imprisonment is final. Ask your vassal to acquire a soul scepter, then use it to lure souls out of the spirit dome. Harvest plenty, so their trapped essence can replenish this shelter.
Have you heard him, my dearest vassal?
Your story is too intriguing to pass. I will help.
He called me Lady Wraith. Finally, I have my own nickname.
Step through the gate and I'll meet you at our humble abode, the Clockwork Keep. The soul scepter is hidden there. I can feel it.
And it won't come with us without a fight. Need healing.
Spirit Dome, an arcane gathering place for restless souls. Atlanteans surely didn't let anything go to waste.
Time to lure them out. Just don't get too close to the scepter. I need healing. I need healing.
Excellent. The soul shelter is now fully recharged. I'm safe for a few more centuries.
Can we do something to set you free?
Could such a barbaric, monster-hunting brute such as you reinvent Atlantean high magic?
Time to leave this stuck-up painting, Katarina.
Alas, I have unlocked a hidden compartment for your services. Farewell, Lady Wraith.
Great work with the transmitters. And here comes the fun part. The Faceless Tsar replaced our power source with his own Category A arcane life force container, which is powerful enough to
Are you telling me that this clacking nightmare is powered by Koshai's death?
What a simple name for such a great artifact. But yes, into the Clockwork Keep and power up the Dreamweaver by flipping on 2 power relays. Our scientist will control the Weaver remotely, and by using the material of creation, they'll build a disintegrating device. It can destroy the relic. I'll talk you through it.
Good, because I didn't understand the half of that. Did you?
No. Let's go.
You know what bothers me the most? Those huge gears turning. It makes my head spin.
That shouldn't be too hard, considering the condition of your head.
What a bad joke. Try harder than Helsing.
All right. This unholy clanking is indeed unsettling.
Urgent message. Can you take a slight detour to the improbability flux generator and turn it back on? It was our defense against the monsters of the Ink, but it was disabled when the Tsar conquered the keep. Retrieve the Master Engineer key, get close to the generator, and all will take care of itself automatically.
says, discarded TARDIS console. Do not touch. What is a TARDIS?
I have no idea. The scientists must have used all kinds of mechanical parts floating in the other world of dreams. It could be anything.